What's up, you guys? My name's Jordan, and we are talking about honoring the Lord with your wealth, which is in Proverbs chapter 3, verse 9 through 10. And by the way, you can probably hear these cicadas. I tried speaking to them, but they don't speak the same language, so they're just yapping. I don't know what they're talking about, but I guess we'll just deal with it. Okay, so Proverbs chapter 3, verse 9 through 10. Honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your crops. So before we even go on to the next part of that verse, honor the Lord with your wealth, the first fruits of your crops. Not the leftovers, not the seconds, not the dessert, the first fruits of your crops. The first thing that comes out of the harvest. We need to honor the Lord with the first fruit, the wealth, okay? Then it says, then your barns will be filled to overflowing, and your vats will brim over with new wine. We need to strip ourselves of financial insecurity and worry. We worry that if we tithe into the church, or we donate to the poor, or we give away to someone who has less, that we will still be left with less. But really what it says is that when we give to others, when we give to God, when we tithe with the church, we are actually losing earthly possessions, but are also at the same time being blessed even more so than we were before. You actually gain more, you end up with more than you had before. We often give our leftovers because we worry that we won't have enough for ourselves. But when this says you'll be filled, your barns will be overflowing and your vats will brim over with new wine, there's gonna be enough food on the table for the family. I know I'm in a different situation than most people who maybe have to, they're paying a mortgage, they're paying the bills, they got a car bill to pay, they got to put food on the table, and so the worries probably go way deeper. But the word stays the same, regardless of the position that you're in life. And the word says that if you give all your wealth to the Lord, He will overflow your barns, meaning you will have more than enough to put on that table for your family. If you truly believe it, you will have more than enough. When we tithe and we donate, God will actually multiply your harvest in wine, which we just said. And we also said that we worry that we'll run out, but God promises this to His children. And the main focus of this, I really believe, as I was reading it, is to really strip us of our obsession and our greed and our love for money. A lot of us have to understand that money in and of itself isn't bad, because money can buy you things. It can buy you food. It can buy you the necessities. It can buy you a car that you need to get to work. Money is not bad, but it's the love for money that kills you. When you start putting your faith and your trust in money, and you start chasing after money, because there's never enough money. There's millions out there who chase for more money, and they've already made hundreds of thousands of dollars. There are billionaires who don't even think they have enough money. They want more. So it's the love, the greed, and the longing for more money that is really the problem that can lead us down that road to death. We don't want to love money. Money can grant us good things, but our faith and our trust needs to be in the Lord. And so when we tithe and we donate and we give to people who have less, we strip ourselves of our earthly possessions. We strip ourselves of our money, because what that does is it brings us humility in our life. It brings us an understanding that, okay, we've been blessed already, and I can see how God has worked in my life and how I have a lot more than some people have, even though I already chase for more. God's already blessed you. He's blessed me. He's blessed everyone to some degree. And so we have to start being grateful and having gratitude in what we've already been given. And to really finish it off here, it may seem like giving to God will leave you with little, but like I said, you'll have more than when you really started. So take this back to one of the sermons that Jesus was giving, which I talked about a couple episodes ago, where they needed enough food to feed the crowd of about 5,000. They didn't have enough. I was talking with my friend, I believe it was like out of the 5,000 something people, they gathered 7 fish from people who gave it to them. And they were supposed to split that somehow. That wasn't going to work. And so what Jesus did was He multiplied the harvest. He multiplied the fish. He multiplied the bread. He multiplied the food. So in a circumstance where He told His disciples to go gather as much food as possible to feed the 5,000, He knew there wasn't going to be enough. And once this came to Him, multiplied. He multiplied the harvest for all the people. So why won't God do that in your life? Why won't he do that in my life or in anybody's life? So give what you have to other people. Let it go. We need to stop being selfish. It's selfishness and greed that keeps us in this place where we don't have full trust in the Lord, and our trust really is in our possessions. So let go of your possessions. Let go of the money and the love for money. Make sure your love is in the Lord. Make sure your trust is in the Lord, and he will give you more than what you really started with. All right, that's the message today. Really quick one, but love you guys. See ya.